All right, so Bob, you recommended Southland Tales. Talk
The
about it.
greatest movie of all time. No cow.
No.
This is true.
Hard disagree.
This is true.
Okay,
Hard
but I
agree.
didn't ask, so.
Yeah, you did.
Why'd you
wrecked
recommend
it to
Southland?
all
No,
of
I
us.
didn't. It was a statement.
Give us a
True.
summary of Southland Tales.
I recommended it because it's a very interesting movie.
Okay, that I agree.
Give
with.
us a plot
It's the
synopsis.
kind of thing that you gotta see for yourself to believe. It's just so good, you know.
Yeah, okay. Explain,
Pretty much.
explain why though. Like, why is it? So
Yeah,
good?
give us a
Why?
synopsis.
It's like okay.
Okay, Bob's speaking.
What should I
The problem
say?
with
Like, I
Southland
don't know.
Tales is that you can't describe the plot because there's so fucking much to describe that
Bob
it's
can
kind
do
of
it.
impossible.
Bob can do it.
True.
Yeah, it's so convoluted. It's just like it's so dumb. The story is
Yeah,
like
it's like
so
they
don't know.
introduce
out
like
there.
time travel at the end of the film, and it makes no sense at all.
All
It's
I-
like,
all
why
I
is
don't
it
get
in
it.
there?
All I like to say about Southland Tales is that it's a movie about The Rock who tries to kill himself.
It was kind of fun.
But
He's a pimp.
Yeah.
Pimps
Yep.
don't commit
Pimps don't commit suicide.
pimps
Yeah.
don't commit suicide.
It's not fun.
The
But
best
it's
line of
Just
the movie.
last. It is based.
The best.
the best line ever, maybe.
Well, I had a question for the people who
I
consider
got
this fun.
soul, but I'm not a soldier.
Yeah, that's the
What do-
song.
what do
the
you,
line.
What do you
Yeah.
find entertaining about it? Because it's so much of it is insisting that it's a comedy, but
It's a comedy,
not funny.
but it is funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not. The
because
jokes
it's
are like the jokes are like Chris Rock
hilarious.
humor.
I
no.
agree in saying that it would be hilarious. It's funny, but at the same time, it kind of just overdoes it with the humor. There are points where
Exactly.
I'm just like, okay, I fucking get it. You're weird. You're fucking out there. I get it. Can you please do
Damn,
something
just
else
have
with
fun,
your
challenge.
jokes?
But that's why I like it. It's bizarre.
Okay. I don't know. There are just parts
wild.
of it where I'm trying really hard to kind of just to connect to the humor that they're going for, and I
But
will
you gotta
say that
understand that it's like all a parody of what you think it is.
But the
Actually.
way-
okay,
I
but
don't
the
think
thing
it is.
can
I
be
think it
said-
takes itself seriously
Hold on,
at
hold on,
times.
hold on. What Bob just said is a decent point, but I can also apply that to Harmony Korine's Spring Breakers,
Exactly.
which
Got
a
him.
lot of us
Movie
here
ever.
don't fucking
It's a
like.
masterpiece.
Well, in my opinion, Spring Breakers is a masterpiece. It just
Yes.
was like perceived wrong. People don't like it because they see in it the same thing that it's parodying.
Yeah. I agree
Well,
with that.
I actually
I just
think
don't think
Harmony
Southland Tales is
Korine.
funny.
I just
I
don't
think
think
Harmony
Southland
Korine-
Tales is funny at all.
I
Me
personally
neither.
think that
I don't
that Spring Breakers is decent. I don't think it's great, but I think it's decent. But
I think
at the
it's
same time,
a well-crafted
very aware-
masterpiece. It's
I'm
like,
very aware of the
both
flaws. But
Spring
with,
Breakers and Southland Tales are like some of the most clever parodies ever made.
I don't know about that.
Or
I wouldn't call
I
it
don't-
clever.
How you wanna call it?
I don't see
Hey.
Southland Tales as a parody. I'm sorry. It's
Like-
just
I don't see it as a
There-
parody.
Kind of is.
There's
though.
too
Wait,
much
hold on.
story
My
and there's
biggest
too
problem
much
was-
setup.
My
There's
biggest
too
problem
much-
with Southland Tales was like, none of the I didn't find any of the jokes funny. It's just a bunch of shit jokes and then like an hour of exposition, and none of it's interesting.
And it's not even like a
narration.
shit
It's too
post
much
movie because if
exposition.
you consider like Pink Flamingos, like, oh, you're supposed to laugh at this. It's supposed to be bad.
How can you fucking
It's-
compare? Like, my god.
Because this is like going for the
No.
ambitious route where like
No.
Kelly wants to set up this whole universe like some sort of Star
Yeah, but you
Wars.
can compare it to fucking Pink Flamingo.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
There's nothing like going into Pink Flamingos. It's just like
Literally.
a bunch of people filming stupid shit and calling it like a middle finger to the audience. They say it's smart.
oh, gee,
But
sounds like
just
another
like
movie I
bullshit.
know.
This
There's
is
no point
exactly
to
the
it.
same.
And Southland has a point.
I don't see the point in this at all. It's
I don't see
mostly
the
like
point.
it's mostly insisting so many themes like, oh, government surveillance, oh, post 9/11 this and that, but it's not offering any like new
It's-
perspective on it. It's not offering any like sort of smart thesis around. It's just saying,
It's
oh, this
basically
happens.
Oh,
It's basically showing that it's aware of the
powerful.
problem, but it's not doing anything to present it in a
Exactly.
unique way. It's like everyone knows about government surveillance. It's not a
Government
fucking
bad.
new thing. Government bad. That's the movie,
Government
and we
bad.
get it. Government bad. Do something unique, please.
You
Or
don't think the
something
movie has
Exactly.
anything unique about it at all, though?
Okay, I
No.
will admit, like, there's stuff about it that's like just so out there, like the whole time travel shit. That's like just so weird and convoluted and stupid that I can't help but kind of just commend the movie for having the balls to do something
Well,
like
yeah.
that.
Exactly.
the
yeah,
same-
exactly.
But then when I think about it, when I'm done, I'm kind of like,
I commend
okay, but what
Kelly
was the
for
point?
like. I commend him for casting like out of the ordinary. You know, he
Yeah.
casted like these just random like movie celebrities. But it's
Yeah.
like
I
there's a
He
reason why you
fucking-
don't cast
he
these
nails
people.
that shit, bro.
I will.
Nah,
I
bro.
will say,
So
I-
good.
Performance, bro.
I will
It's so
say,
funny.
I will say that this movie is ahead of its time
It is.
it is ahead of its time in communicating that when you cast The Rock
It's like
in one of your main
Jesus.
roles, you can't take the movie or anything that it's going for seriously. So, you know.
Which I didn't.
Mhm.
It's a blast.
I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
even
why
take it
it's
seriously,
fun,
and I
like-
still didn't connect to it.
Yeah.
I really
That's-
tried to get the parody angle. I really did. And I remember when I first watched this movie, I remember like sitting on my couch and just being like, fuck, what am I missing? I would legit rewind a bunch of scenes to make sure that I didn't like miss some piece of dialogue or like, because everyone would be insisting that's a great fucking parody or a great like satire, and
You
I
have
kept
to
watching
read
it.
the comics.
I have to read the comics.
Which is so
Yeah, I'm not
stupid.
fucking doing that. And it just, when I reached the end of the movie, after 3 hours, I might add, I was just
Not
kind of like,
3 hours.
fuck, that
Nope.
was that was
Not 3
that was
hours.
it. That
It's
was,
not
no,
3
Too
hours.
long. It's too
No,
long.
no.
I wish
Did
it went
you
on
guys
for
not
3
fucking
hours
hear me?
more.
Did
You
you
said
guys
3.
not fucking? Did you guys not fucking hear me? I rewound a bunch of scenes. I kept rewatching scenes.
Oh, why?
Maybe it was
Because I-
because
It's your
Because
fault for
I
not
was-
understanding the movie, right?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. What the hell, guys?
I just don't think Richard Kelly's a good writer. Like
Yeah, I
he's
think he's
too
one of the
ambitious with what he wants to do, which is good, right? I respect
The
him for
word
like
He's
going
just
out
not
there
ready
for his
for
vision.
Southland Tales, and you gotta accept that.
It's
3
like he
hours
expects
for me
us to
because I
do so
kept
much work.
rewinding Scenes.
He wanted us to like read these prequel comics, which is fine if you do it after.
You
like,
can
the
understand
movie.
the movie without reading them, though.
Yep.
Trick or Treat did the same
Yes.
thing, but
Can
they
you, though?
released the comics after the release of the film.
Didn't.
Yeah. I think the film is just honestly flawed, but I still had enough fun to give it a 5 because like you can watch it and really have fun. Like I had so much fun just
I had
watching
like
it and
no fun watching
But like,
it.
how much
Yeah,
how much of
seriously.
that fun is laughing at it rather than with it?
Yeah,
Maybe-
yeah. When I
Yes, and
laughed
that's why I
at
gave
Comedy
it a
God, you
5,
laugh
so-
with it, not at it.
Maybe it's because when
I was-
Grub watched it,
You're
he
not fucking
literally was,
YMS.
like, losing his mind.
anyone like this?
Maybe it's just
Was
because
that
Grub
directed
was
at me?
saying that he was. Oh, maybe it's because Grub was saying he was losing his mind while watching it, and like my expectations were so high, like I was gonna lose my shit watching this movie, and I just did not.
You don't,
just
you don't
so
find
annoying,
Amy
honestly.
Poehler funny?
No,
Exactly.
no, actually,
Yeah, I
Amy Poehler, funniest person ever.
A big issue I had with it was because like a lot of time it doesn't feel like it's taking itself seriously, and then a lot of time it feels like it's like taking itself way too seriously. I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
It
Definitely
just
think the
doesn't
ending-
work together.
yeah. The ending was taking itself way too seriously for me. I think
There's
that's
no
kind
good
of-
balance. There's just no
Yeah.
good balance at all.
Yeah, seriously. Also, that
There's
too.
a-
Sometimes it feels like he's self-aware, and then other times it doesn't feel like he knows what he's doing with the movie.
yeah.
I don't.
Yep.
It's
There's
just-
there's a
it's weird.
fine line. There's a fine line between parody and well, not a parody. And I feel like Southland Tales really walks the line with this, with many scenes in determining whether it's going for like a parody angle or if it's actually taking itself really seriously. And I wish I could just say, oh, I could just, it's all supposed to be a parody, all easy not to take seriously, just fucking have fun. I wish I could say that. I really do. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, all right, but there were just so many scenes where it was clear to me that they were at least trying to convey a sense of seriousness for you to take the movie seriously. And when it did that, I just started realizing that I just didn't understand or like what the movie was going for all that much. It just didn't connect to me.
I also don't see any reason for us to like explore the world if they're just gonna explain it in the movie.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
There's just gonna be any like blatant
Literally just
narration
explain
over it.
Yeah, there's a
it's
difference.
literally
There's
Way
a
too
difference
much
between
exposition.
there's a difference between having fun during a movie because it's entertaining or having fun because it's a train wreck. And I think that like when I watch like this is gonna sound stupid at first, but just hear me out. When I first saw Raid Redemption, I was like, I obviously knew that this movie was clearly not trying to take itself seriously. It was like, all right, jump right into the action, bunch of action and stunts, a lot of death, a lot of gore, fucking violence everywhere. Like, and you don't have to do a bunch of violence and shit or have a bunch of like killing and death in order for me to like take your movie not seriously. That's
Why
clearly
does
not
like
the
the
case.
only thing that makes it entertaining is just like look violence, so cool, right?
Well, there's more. Well, there's more to it than that. But
Yeah.
there's more to it than that. Like with the music and the characters, the likable main character. Fuck, I kept stuttering. And with Southland Tales, there's no good music for me. I didn't find any of the characters.
Okay, the music's really good. You kind of have to.
Hard.
What?
admit
The
that.
soundtrack's awesome.
It's good music, but it doesn't fit at all. Like you could just swap it for any other
It
song.
kind of does, actually. I don't agree with that.
No,
music-
I don't think the music adds any value to it.
I might
I'm
just leave.
sorry.
Fuck you guys. Holy
It just
shit.
doesn't. It just doesn't fit for me.
Shut up.
The music is good. I love the music, but like, there's no reason for it to be there.
Bruh.
It's
Yeah,
just,
I
it doesn't
agree,
add
man.
anything.
It sounds good, but it
It doesn't add anything to the
Dude, the
atmosphere.
music. Can we talk about how ass the music video scene was? Why was that there?
No!
Did that need to be there?
It's
at
just
all?
trying to be Big
Dinner.
Lebowski.
Right, or you're fucking asleep.
I guess not.
Let's talk about the best scene in the movie. The
That
The
musical
John Lovett
number.
scene?
None of them.
No, the
I got
musical
soul,
number.
but I'm not a soldier, baby.
I got you.
Best scene ever.
Okay,
It's so
what's the
funny.
best scene? What's the best? No,
It's
it's not.
actually
But what's the
not.
best
It's a
scene?
pretty good
The
scene, not
musical
gonna
number.
lie. It's a good one. It's a pretty
Wait, what's the best scene,
interesting
Aaron?
scene.
The musical number.
I've got soul, but
How is that the
I'm
best scene? What?
soldier.
It
Because
actually
it's the
makes
one
no
scene
sense.
that is not.
Why is there a
utterly
music
trash.
cool number
It just
in the
doesn't
middle of the
get-
movie?
don't
Because
get
it's fun.
It's
Dude,
not
I love
funny
it.
at
That's
all.
like a fun part of the movie.
It is fun.
It is.
It just doesn't make any sense though. Like
Yeah, but
Richard
why?
Kelly
Like,
described it. He described it as like the heart of the movie, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
yeah, it just
Like
happens.
I don't see how this
I
has to
agree.
do with anything.
Aaron, you just don't understand. It's important.
True, it's deep. Sorry.
Although I
Yeah.
find it
It
funny.
fucking is, though.
I find it funny that the part that is most entertaining about the movie is one part that I just don't see being the heart of the movie.
Which is
Yeah.
Man, you guys not fucking with Justin Timberlake? The fuck?
Oh
Man.
God. His whole accent was just so distracting and
It's
like
really
I
funny.
funny.
kept forgetting that
It's
that
so
was
ugly.
Justin Timberlake because I
Oh, yeah.
genuinely
Oh,
like
yeah.
the fucking accent was so terrible and the
I think
hairdo.
the
Like I just I could not believe that was Justin.
Just a normal
Timberlake.
haircut, bro.
Yeah,
What
kinda
about
like
His
Yeah,
whole-
it was
his
just
whole
weird,
look
like,
was
I
terrible.
don't know. I don't know. Just with the beard too, like
Oh,
It
he
just
has blood
didn't-
on
it
his
just-
shirt.
it didn't look like JT. Honestly, it just looked stupid.
I love his face on the poster. It's pretty funny. Very like menacing.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looks
Talk
like
about how
he
good the
looks
soundtrack was though. Like
like he doesn't know where the fuck he is.
It was.
I wanted to
Yeah,
talk about
soundtrack was
one
good.
one
Good
joke
for
that
you guys.
actually got me.
Yeah,
Oh.
you were able
Every
to
joke.
enjoy it. I
One
wasn't
joke.
able to.
Yeah, there was
Fuck
one
off.
funny joke, but I'll
For
let Aaron
me,
go
for me,
first.
one joke that actually got me, I was like, all right, I'll give it to Richard Kelly. Congratulations. Was when like they're in the, I forgot where they were. It doesn't fucking matter. The house of the top elites or whatever. But when Wallace Shawn is being accused of like not knowing about the movement or whatever, he's like, oh, that Chihuahua knows more about Karl Marx than the neo-Marxists, which I thought it was funny because I thought it was funny because of the delivery, but that was it.
Yeah.
was it.
Honestly, it
Chihuahua
was
joke.
Wallace Shawn's the best.
Wallace Shawn saying it.
Yeah.
Because like I don't picture Wallace Shawn saying something like that ever.
The only funny joke for me was when The Rock and the cop are in the car, and then he's like racist. That was like the
Oh,
only
he says the
funny-
N-word. He says the
oh yeah,
N-word.
that part is
Funny.
really
that
funny.
part. That was like the only part I thought funny.
There's this part that I thought was just funny, even though it's like ironically when like John Lovett's like that cop just like goes to like Amy Poehler and just like shoots him. I thought that was hilarious. I have no idea why. He just like
because
looks at he looks at like Boxer Santero and just like that's like the funniest part of the movie to me, and it's not even I don't know.
Yeah, they did it because it was like
It was so
trap or whatever.
bizarre.
But can we talk about how Southland Tales is better than Old Boy?
Anyways,
Okay.
there's just nothing
Funny.
subtle in
I
this
don't-
movie.
Can we
to
talk
be
about
honest.
how
Like nothing is
Southland
lived
Tales
up
is better
to.
than The Godfather?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
better than The Godfather. It's better than most movies.
True.
I
Bob's
bet I'm not in the
his
mood.
goal on Earth is to be as pretentious as possible. That's his goal.
Okay,
The
and
Godfather can never be as deep as Southland Tales.
True though.
There's just nothing subtle about it. There's just nothing to
There's
explore
nothing
in
subtle
there.
just
about the
it
film at
goes
all.
full out and just fucking works.
Yeah.
So,
I
Yeah.
don't-
Honestly.
I don't
But
know,
it's like
kinda
so
think it's
reinforced.
mandatory.
And I
Mm.
and I wish I could see what parts of it work and what parts of it don't, but I just don't. I just think it just doesn't work.
Kind of.
And it doesn't work as a parody, it doesn't work as a serious commentary, it just doesn't work for me.
Doesn't work as a world building anything either. It's just
No.
I don't think anything works.
And I can't connect it to as like a fun like character piece or anything like that because the characters are just fucking stupid. But you know, I,
Characters are
I
pretty
guess that's
fun,
kind
I
of the
don't
point.
know.
But at the
Yeah,
same
they are.
What's special about the characters?
I don't get it.
They're just so bizarre.
I don't think they're characters either.
They're
They're
just so
just
out there.
characters.
Yeah, but
Yeah, bro.
characters
Rock is so
being
fun to watch.
bizarre.
He is.
Characters just being bizarre doesn't make them fun for
It was
me. You
just-
gotta have more than
I
that.
don't know.
Well, that's
They're all
Yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah.
It's like they're all
Not.
bizarre and they
It's-
all sound the same.
While the
It's
film
just-
is
It's like the equivalent. It's like the equivalent of that dude from Hunt for the Wilder People. You know, the government-fearing dude who's like living in his like bush hut, and like everyone was like, "Oh, he's such a great character." I was like, "He's one of the like skeptics who wears a tinfoil hat, and that's it. What's so special about that? I don't get it. You gotta have more than that for me. You just gotta have more than like quirkiness or bizarreness to a character for me to like it."
Why is
One
The
thing-
Rock so ass at acting?
Bro, I think he's a great casting choice.
It's his best performance I've ever seen.
It
from him.
is. It's
It's
clever.
still not good, though.
Which is not saying
It's-
anything
He
at
was
all.
playing The Rock.
It might be
He wasn't
his best
playing The
performance.
Rock.
It's not
And The
good,
Rock
though.
is fun.
Yeah, The Rock
Yeah.
plays The Rock in Fast and Furious. He doesn't play The Rock in Southland Tales.
Yeah,
yeah, he
okay,
doesn't
but
play
I
The
don't-
Rock. That's
The
all
Rock
he
plays
does.
The Rock in Fast and Furious. I don't like Fast and Furious.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
like The
watch
Rock
that
in
shit.
Southland Tales.
Listen, The Rock will never be good. He just
No,
won't.
yeah, sure, yeah, he wasn't good, but he was a blessing to watch.
Was.
Yeah, because it was stupid as fuck.
Yeah, but like that's what I don't know.
He,
Maybe
he
what's wrong
didn't
with
make it
stupid,
funny.
though?
He is just
He
funny
is
to
funny.
watch because it's
The-
such a
the
train
best-
wreck.
The best part with The Rock was when he was threatening to kill himself. Like the way
Yeah.
he delivered that was funny. That was funny. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
and the bit on the beach.
the scene when the police officer's like racist to him. That's a funny scene too.
Yeah.
The only funny scene.
I think Finkel said that. I don't know. Someone said that. It's a funny scene.
Yeah, it was the only
Said
funny
the
scene. to me.
N-word.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's the only funny scene, but
Yeah.
get that.
I
Said the
do.
N-word, though.
It's one of the funniest scenes.
Yeah,
what
I
did we
guess.
think of the ending though?
The ending,
Bad.
it was
The
terrible.
Well, I
legit.
legit don't remember it, to be honest.
They
Basically,
hold
like,
hands at the end and they're like,
Yeah, they hold
"Pims
hands at the
don't
end.
commit suicide or some shit."
But
The
the
van-
effects are so bad at the end.
Okay, I
glowing
do remember
hands.
that. I do remember the effects looking very weird.
They're outdated.
Yeah.
Well, it was made in 2006. I don't
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, some 2006 shit doesn't look good now.
kind of expect that.
Some
Actually, yeah,
people
to be
said-
fair, both
Dude, I
Richard
watched-
Kelly's films have
Okay,
dated
okay.
effects. So
I was curious. I was curious about just like the kind of how it was marketed back in 2006 when it was released. So I watched the classic trailer for it, and yeah, I don't need to say anything. It's dated. It's really dated.
Yes,
That
it is.
trailer is definitely
trailer
is
definitely a
bad,
capsule.
Southland Tale
That trailer is definitely
is a
that
timeless
trailer is definitely a capsule.
masterpiece. Like that.
Southland Tales
It's
is gonna
definitely
die
like
in like 2 years.
definitely like a
I'm keeping it
capsule.
alive. I'm keeping Southland Tales alive.
Southland
Southland
Tales
Tales is gonna
even
die
Southland
when this
Tales
voice
alive,
chat's
bro.
over because I'm never
All
talking
Bob
about it
has said
ever
in this
again.
VC is
I will
just
never
Southland
stop
Tales is
talking about
good, and then just hasn't built on that.
Exactly. All Bob said is it's good, and that's it.
Yeah, because
Why
you
is
won't
it
let
good,
me
Bob?
fucking talk.
Bob, why is it
Well,
good?
he said that. Well, no, hold on. In Bob's defense, he did say that he loved it as a parody and that it works as like a brilliant satire. Like I can understand that. I
It doesn't.
can understand why he says that. Hold on. I can understand why he says that. I personally don't agree, but I can see his point of view.
An
Yeah.
opinion, bro.
It's just a huge like it says a lot when you get hurt over your reception at Cannes, and then you have to
True.
you have to change your
Yeah.
fucking movie. Even
way
though
he
it didn't really change at all.
Gallo.
The way that I think the way he took it, Kelly took it wasn't very good. It wasn't as bad as
He
Bob
hasn't, he,
was.
he hasn't
but,
made
like,
a film since. Or well, oh wait,
Yeah,
no, he
he
made
has.
one film.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he
Okay,
can't
I
get
don't know
financed. I don't
fucking
think he can get
Okay,
financed
but
for his
you
movies.
can't blame me for saying that because what movie has he made that's gotten any sort of financial or critical acclaim?
The boss.
Yep.
The Block, yeah, The Block, sure.
It just shows that Donnie Darko was a fluke. Like it just
Huh?
happened to work. He got the
No.
right
And
people at
even
the right
then,
time.
I'm not a big fan of Donnie Darko.
It's like
Yeah.
It's a tad bit
money and
overrated.
sources they got after Donnie Darko had so much success.
Yeah.
I just
And
kind of see,
made the
honestly,
biggest middle finger to Hollywood with it.
He
You know
made
what-
Donnie
you know what I
Darko
find
and
funny?
fell asleep.
No,
That's-
I don't think so.
you know
He
what I
wanted to
find
make
funny?
this grandiose thing.
Yeah, I find it funny that Donnie Darko kind of launched Jake Gyllenhaal's career more than it launched Richard Kelly's.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it
for
did.
sure.
Because
That's just
Jake
It's kinda
Gyllenhaal
funny to
carried
me.
it.
yeah, he kind of
Yeah.
did.
Jake Gyllenhaal's
but,
actually
you
a good
know,
actor.
I've seen the movie twice over the course of like the past 7 years, and it just both times I watched it, I never really connected with it. I wish I liked Donnie Darko more because I do see what it's going for. It's definitely very imaginative,
That's beautiful.
I don't think he was trying to make.
and I
a
know we're not
statement
talking
is.
about
or
Donnie
something.
Darko, but I've been starved. I've been starved to say something at least a little bit positive about anything Richard Kelly has done, and the best I can say is Donnie Darko was not a piece of shit.
Mhm.
I like
From what
Donnie
I've
Darko.
learned-
It's a masterpiece.
From what I've learned, it
Okay,
shows
okay,
that
Rob.
Richard Kelly really likes to go over the edge. Like he does. They show that throughout the process of this movie, he was mostly trying to create like this larger than life picture, this whole thing where people can like get invested in and stuff.
Yeah.
And like he said he had a lot of trouble like trying to limit himself and trying not to go overboard.
Yeah.
Honestly,
just kinda- it's
honestly,
just-
to me,
Oh, what were you
honestly,
gonna say?
sorry, I was just gonna say something very brief. Honestly, to me, it seems that like he creates the scenes before he creates like how they get there. Like the scenes are fucking crazy, but he comes up with the concept first and how and what exactly happens in the scene, but he doesn't come up with how it gets there, or how it
Yeah.
ties into anything. And I think that's just the biggest weakness of this movie. He
Exactly.
comes up
It's
with
like
what it
anti-cinema.
is. He comes
in
up
a
with
way.
okay, but you could also say that most of Lars von Trier stuff is anti-cinema.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
It feels lazy because there's like this one instance in the movie where the whole reason they have to go to the ATM was to like rip it and like follow it with the car or whatever, so the ice cream truck or whatever can fucking crash over it. Like that's the whole like setup around that. Like
Yeah, but
nothing feels natural. It's all just very forced.
for me, I guess you could just say, oh, it's a fuck you movie. That's what it is. Yeah, okay, but at the same time, like I need a fuck you movie to have like a bit more cleverness behind it for me.
Yeah, but
I
you fucking like
Flamingos
flamingos.
is?
Like
Yeah,
I don't
Flamingos is, bro.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, hang on. Whoa.
Fair.
What I like, movies that I do like or do understand does not negate my fucking point. Don't you dare pull that shit. I will not tolerate that. I'm just saying that now, okay? It doesn't matter if I like pink flamingos or not. It doesn't at all devalue my opinion. I've never said that about any of you guys. Just wanted to say that because I'm tired of hearing that fucking excuse.
Richard Kelly just doesn't know how to like, I guess write. Cause like there's this one scene too
He doesn't know how to write.
where they go
Not
to the
really.
where the SWATs raid the whole neo-Marxist hideout, and then they like find the fingers and the thing, right? And then there's this narration by Justin Timberlake where he's like, they use this to scan and trick the votes or whatever. And then literally not too far off, like a few seconds after, Boxer's mom or whatever, she's like, oh, those are the fingerprints they use to like use at the votes or whatever. Like he's like so, I don't know, it's like old boy type writing where everything is repeated for no reason.
Yeah.
Like why is there narration in the first place? Like I didn't see the point of it at all.
In Old Boy?
There's no point.
No, in Southland Tales.
Oh.
I do think
I disagree with you saying that like with things like repeat for no reason in Old Boy. That's no.
No, I meant in 2013. My bad. In the remake.
2003, he meant.
I don't know. I think that what's his name? Kelly's vision is like it was so broad for that film, but like that's why he's really like, it was so bold. But I respect that a lot. And obviously, there's I mean, you could say it failed. You can say whatever you want, but he tried really hard.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I don't think it failed completely. I just think it has flaws, but I do really respect a lot of his vision, to be honest, for the film. I think it's really ambitious and it's cool.
I just think it's
like,
quite tragic to like go so far off and be bold, which is good, and just like fail.
I mean, but
nice for me.
Again, your opinion. I don't think it completely failed, but
I do kind of respect the sort of thing that I guess Southland Tales is going for. I do like anything that's sort of anti. I do tend to like really be excited for things that are really anti-cinema or anti-Hollywood, just things that really just like to pull a fuck you to the establishment. But at the same time, I think that this movie kind of just walks the fine line a little too messily, I guess, is the word I'm looking for.
There's just been more
It's
other
just too
examples
messy
of
for
where
me.
it does it better. Mulholland Drive, Under the Silver Lake, there's just been other examples where anti-Hollywood or the takeover of whatever, they've just done it better.
Like with Mulholland Drive and stuff like that, they never like took such a risk and were like Southland Tales.
I don't agree with that at all. But
No.
Mulholland
No.
I'm not even a huge fan of Mulholland Drive, and I kind of disagree with that.
Yeah.
it took massive risk. In
Saying
terms of-
Mulholland Drive doesn't take any risks is like saying
huge. It's so
I'm not saying it doesn't take any risks, but I'm just saying Southland Tales is taking more.
okay, but you can't compare Mulholland Drive to Southland Tales.
No,
like, that's just crazy, Bob.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's
You just
not
did.
possible.
Yeah,
You
that's
just
what.
did,
Yeah,
though.
I'm
That's what I
saying
was
it's
thinking.
comparing too.
Yeah,
well, I'm
we
just
were
comparing it
literally-
on the basis of like this
I didn't at all. I never even said
anti-Hollywood
that.
thing.
It was Aaron.
Maybe Aaron did, but
It was Aaron. That's
Well,
what
yeah,
I said.
I'm comparing it because like they're both anti-Hollywood. Like Under the Silver Lake is too,
True.
which Under the Silver Lake had a
So many
nice
films are
protagonist.
Southland Tales is better than
There's
Mulholland Drive.
so many anti-Hollywood films, like Easy Rider.
not.
is Hollywood.
It's not.
There's so many
Mulholland
films
Drive
out-
is way better than Southland Tales. What are you?
Yeah,
on,
it is.
bro?
It's one of the best
What?
films ever made.
Nah, bro.
What are you smoking, bro?
for every aspect, you can just name any aspect.
Even
Yeah,
Bobby.
Mulholland Drive is better than Southland Tales in any conceivable way.
I mean, it is. I like it more.
because it's consistent. There's a consistent
You can like it more.
It's
tone and
actually
like consistent everything. Southland Tales goes from we're being funny now, we're being serious. Oh no, no, like there's just so much.
Well, that's
it's
y'all.
all
I
convoluted.
never took it really
Yeah,
all that
just
seriously.
did the movie,
It
bro.
always felt comedic.
Not that hard.
But like it
I
all
agree with
insisted
Aaron. It's
that
the
you should
Death
take it
Stranding of
seriously,
movies.
though. It's
just
the
like-
first Strand type of movie.
It's a bunch of shit jokes and then exposition. It's like Death Stranding was walking
Yeah,
and then
so much
exposition.
damn exposition too. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
here's the thing. I yeah, the jokes aren't good, but here's the thing. I subscribe to the belief that a good joke told well is better than a bad joke told well is better than a good joke told poorly. And I honestly think that like there are some bad jokes in Southland Tales that are actually kind of told well, but at the same time there's also a myriad of bad jokes told poorly and good jokes told poorly. It's just, you know.
It's all punchline and no setup.
Yeah. That's kind of like the thing with the scenes too. It's like he came up with how to what happened before how it happened, kind of thing. It's kind of the same thing with the jokes. So points for consistency, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just a good.
You know,
movie.
Hold on. There's nothing wrong with just seeing a movie as just a good movie and liking it. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't blame Bob for like being like for not really for just saying, you know, it's just a good movie to me. Who cares? It's a good movie to him. Who the fuck cares? We don't agree. That's okay. The fucking film criticism. It's all subjective. There's no such thing as objectivity in film. It's non-existent. And anyone who tries to bring it in is I fucking will, honestly. I've said it on there before, actually.
I hate
but like, you know, I mean, it's the same thing with Belly. I'm very well aware of the flaws in that film, but at the same time, I just fucking love the movie. I don't know. That doesn't make my opinion like less credible or anything. And like, you know, I mean, at the same time, I see the hatred that people have for pink flamingos, as we brought up earlier. But at the same time, like, I see what it's going for, and I connect to it a little bit more. But there's nothing wrong with that. I don't find Southland Tales less credible than movies like Belly or Pink Flamingos. Not that I'm comparing it. I got more out of what could have been in Southland Tales rather than what really is in Southland Tales.
Yeah, what actually was, yeah.
Yeah, there's and you know, I mean, and you know, I can understand why some people are just like, nah, it's just a good movie to me, and it's like, you know what, power to you, good job, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I couldn't. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
To each his
Yes,
own.
sir.
Should we I don't know, should we do scores, or has anyone else got anything to say about this movie?
My score's gone back and forth over the years, but I think today I've gone with a score that I'm proud of, or at least I can stick with.
Does anybody want to say anything else?
Not really. It's ass. That's all I got to say.
My score is 10.
Okay.
Fucking 10.
Okay.
All right. So sorry.
I'll do it. Jacob, what do you rate Southland Tales?
Oh, I gave it a 5.
Jake, you good, man?
You cut out, bro.
Oh, did you? Oh, I gave it a 5. My bad.
Okay.
All right,
Bro,
what'd you give it on a first watch, though?
They're not letting you say that.
9 out of 10.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, Finkel.
Strong 3, I guess. It's closer to a 4. But
That's fair enough. The respect. Okay. Jack.
A decent 3.
Okay. All right. Aaron.
What were you gonna skip yourself?
I'm gonna do me last. Cool.
Right. Light 3. Closer to a 2.
Bob.
Ooh.
Bobby
I'm
Wood.
feeling a strong fucking 10.
Let's
Let's
Shout it to you, man. Nice.
What about the
Awesome.
guy over here? Bird guy.
Oh, sorry. Everyone was talking. I guess solid 3 right now. I've gone from like a 1 to a 2. At one point, I gave it a 4. I'm kind of just like I'll just keep it at like a solid 3.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it comes to me, well, I mean, I rate things purely off of enjoyment. That's what I like to do. And so I gave this film a 9. I think I'm gonna stick with it.
Let's go.
Because I love it. I always will. I think it's rewatchable. It's endlessly rewatchable.
Shit.
I think
I got cut out. I missed it.
That's fine.
It was
I
endlessly rewatchable to me.
I
but,
basically just said I rate things enjoyment wise. always. And I enjoyed this film as a 9. Loved it. I just kind of
Let's
think the ending
go.
felt too serious, and that's kind of what threw it off being a month at 10.
Pimps
But
don't commit suicide.
incredibly
Awesome.
Don't
Can you guys hear me?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay, so we obviously know that like I'm not next anymore, and
Yeah.
I have in here with me the person who gave us the rec for next week, or recs, I should say. So for the first time, I guess on Kistopia, you're gonna hear my girlfriend's voice, who's sitting right next to me. She's gonna give her rec for next week because she wanted to talk about these movies, and yeah. So here, I'm giving you the mic, babe.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yo.
All right, hey everybody. Okay, so I guess our rec for next week is gonna be the Dead trilogy. So Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
So
go.
looking very forward to those.
Great movies. Kind of.
So everybody, watch it
Kind of.
before the next
Yeah.
episode.
I
To not be
don't really
spoiled
feel
for
like
the
it.
Dead trilogy. All right, thanks for watching, everybody.
Okay.
Join us
Bye.
on the next episode.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
Bye.
later,
Bye, everybody.
Or don't.
Hey everyone, Aaron here. Just wanted to clarify something about the upcoming episode. So, the Living Dead trilogy discussion will be released on the week of June 13th. So that's June 13th through the 19th. We haven't settled on a specific date yet, but we wanted to give ourselves time to watch these movies and take a break at the same time. So once again, we'll be releasing the Living Dead trilogy episode on the week of June 13th. That's all, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye guys.